Welcome back, gang. I'm doing an update opinion on the state of PvP after update 29, Flames of Ambition. Some of the changes ZOS has made really changed my overall impression of PvP, and mainly Cyrodiil and Battlegrounds. I wanted to give you an updated perspective and share with you my thoughts, and would love for you to leave a comment on your opinion. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn alerts on, and click that join button, and consider becoming a member so I can produce more Elder Scrolls Online content. Let's get started. Prior to update 29, we experienced a test for No-proc set that was intended to see if the calculations caused Cyrodiil server issues like lag and delayed actions. ZOS then comes out and extends these No-proc set changes all the way up until update 31. Why? I thought originally they found something out regarding lag via the analytics, but if we look at Gina Bruno's comment, it was much more about enjoyability and players' experience than it was about lag. I 100% agree with this sentiment, and I do not like proc sets in PvP. So if we talk about proc sets, right now in Cyrodiil with the no proc set changes, we are limited to only a few select gear choices. No two-piece monster helms, no crazy overpowered mythics, no busted VAT SRAM staffs, basic, simple gear most players have access to. As a returning player coming back to PvP after a 2-year break, I was significantly hindered by the lack of the latest meta gear. I started playing Battlegrounds and had a blast, but that shortly stopped. Eventually my MMR, my ranking system, went up, and one day it was not a lot of fun. I went from fighting solo and doing well to getting instantly destroyed with new animations and proc sets and staff I had never seen before. Would this be great fun if I had all those pieces of gear? Sure, but it significantly hinders the returning or new players' enjoyment in PvP. Ultimately, this is a video game, but it's also a business. ZOS, just like my business, needs to attract new and returning folks in order to survive. Making the endgame PvP gear rat race the primary focus of the game only caters to a select few and is not good for the longevity and growth of the game Elder Scrolls Online. I needed to collect some more footage. In my previous video, I kind of had a rough opinion about Cyrodiil, had some lags, just was not a whole lot of fun. So I begrudgingly queued up for Lag Host, aka the most popular server on PCENA, during prime time. Again, I was met with a massive queue, but I waited patiently because I had to get this footage. This experience was drastically different, and you can see from the footage. Sure, there were zergs, sure I got wrecked here and there, but without these triple stack proc set builds, it seemed much more fun. The fights became about keep flipping, more than instant killing someone holding down a heavy attack. I'm looking at you, Viper Sting. I can foresee a slow or gradual transition away from proc sets in PvP because they severely hinder the growth of the game. When you log into ESO, hit endgame, and get totally destroyed with zero counterplay from stealth one day in Cyrodiil, you're much more likely to say, you know what, I'm going to play another game. So I want to give you a couple ideas for PvP in order to sustain long-term players, new and returning players, and even competitive PvP. In order to keep long-term players, you have to keep some aspects of the proc set, because people work hard for that gear, and some people love that playstyle. What you could do is have seasonal sets. So during update 30, you could only have, let's say, 3 monster helms: Bloodspawn, Engine Guardian, or Salines. Another option is to limit the proc sets to just 1. So you can only have a monster helm, a mythic, or a VAT SRAM staff. That's it. Because honestly, gang, 100% honest here, how fun is it to use Zons with the VAT Destro and a mythic? How fun is it after the initial thrill to press 2 buttons, go AFK, and kill someone? I'm not blaming you, the player, for using this stuff because it makes you powerful, but it's just not good for the game. So what do we do? What's the solution for new players? Somehow ZOS needs to incentivize no CP, no proc set. With the cap removed from champion points, if you're a new or returning player and significantly behind, this is going to turn you off to go to the really popular server because you're so far behind in terms of the mathematics. No matter how good of a player you are, ultimately it's based on math. If you don't hit hard, you don't survive as well, you don't have as much regen, you're not going to have as much fun. One thing they've done is doing the mid-year mayhem to kind of reinvigorate Imperial City. I think something like this could be done for the no CP Cyrodiil campaigns, thus allowing new or returning players an avenue to progress, get a more healthy population in those servers. As folks acquire better gear, get more CP, get better with their skill, then they can start dipping their toes into competitive play. Speaking of competitive play, what do we do about it? Is ESO really competitive in PvP? I don't think so. Ultimately, we want to see how good we are at PvP, right? So why don't we have a system that either turns off CP completely or allows everyone to have 3600 max? Either way, everyone gets the same amount, whether you're day 1 playing or you have 700 days played logged in your character. Furthermore, add a war chest like the PTS that's instant based. So imagine walking into something like Vet DSA. You walk in and bang, you got max CP, there's a chest with everything you could imagine. Isn't that how competitive sports work? Same football, but no Tom Brady joke here. I feel reinvigorated to play Cyrodiil with Nugget Nation on PC and A, but it will be no CP, no proc sets. I want to allow for the maximum amount of people to enjoy without feeling a CP threshold needed or super overpowered buster gear to be relevant. I don't have all the cool bells and whistles now. I don't have the staffs, I don't have the mythics, but I do have a lot of the crafted and overland sets and some of the old sets that were still relevant. So it makes me a lot more inclined to play this content versus spending hours and hours and hours getting that gear. Will I get that stuff? Absolutely. But imagine if you're doing this as a hobby and you only have a few hours here and there during the week, play this game. You gotta have an avenue where I can click, get in, press a button, 15 minutes later, I'm playing. Why do you think those big popular games are so relevant? It's easy to play. It's easy to get signed in and start getting into action, and you're not significantly hindered by having to spend hours and hours and hours and hours constantly farming gear. So I ate some of my words here. I think Zoss took a big risk trying something wild and imaginative, and it seemed to have some impact on people's enjoyment, myself included. If we look at the state of the game and what it launched as comparatively to now, it has evolved in a great way. Is it perfect? No. Do things need tweak? Yes. But I'm going to give Cyrodiil another shot, and hopefully this video made you think about the game's future. But what did I miss? What did I get right? And what's your opinion now? If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn alerts on, and click that join button and consider becoming a member so I can produce more Elder Scrolls Online content. Thanks for watching.